Welcome to this week's edition of Tracking the Wolves with your voice of the Wolves. That's me, Ben Root. Well, time to take another gander at the mountain of sports action for NSU last week. Starting on the volleyball court, Northern State University struggled on the road. They went 0-2 this past weekend away from the Barnett Center. Ladies were swept at Southwest Minnesota State's place there in Marshall, Minnesota Friday, then lost a 4-set contest at the University of Sioux Falls gym. NSU gave up 10 aces in that loss to the Mustangs and got a team-high 9 kills from Kelly Schmidt in the loss in Marshall, Minnesota. Then at the Cougars' place, Northern had a season-low .088 hitting percentage in that loss. The team was led by the 11 kills of Holly Van Cura, who also had 9 digs as well. Well, it was a rough weekend for the Wolves soccer team also, but those losses both a couple of real nail-biters as they dropped 2 games in bonus time. First up on Saturday, the Wolves blew a 2-0 lead there in Wayne, America, and lost in double overtime, 3-2. Anna Bondi and Darren Lashevsky in that contest each had a goal and an assist in that loss. The next day, NSU went to Augustana's place there in Sioux Falls, and in just 1 overtime would come up short 2-1. Again, though, the team would hold the lead 1-0, this time the advantage on a goal from Stephanie Estrada early in the second half on the assist from Anna Bondi. But the Vikings would tie it up about 5 minutes left in the contest and then picked up the win just a couple minutes into OT. Moving to the cross-country scene, the team held the 10th annual Steps for Shep 5K event Saturday to start your Gypsy Day events, and a record 157 people competed this year. Taking the top honors, a couple of Wolves runners, Clay Danielson on the men's side and Dakota Bolin for the women. Finally, there was some good news on the football field over the weekend as NSU played another wild one at home and picked up the win over Minot this time 41-28. The explosive plays were all over the place with 4 touchdown plays of at least 70 yards. NSU scored on their first play from scrimmage, a 75-yard touchdown run from Nick Truan, but it would be Minot answering with a 76-yarder the other way to tie things up just seconds later. Channing Barber after that, though, had the longest play of the day with a 96-yard pick six to take the lead for good. Christian McAlvain added a scoring run and 2 touchdown tosses, one each to Shaka Kelly and Taylor Houchin, and McAlvain also ended up running it in once there. I think I did mention that. There was one more touchdown in the game, though, a pick six there. Yes, another one. This time, Cody Brager taking it back for the 6 points. Nick Truan in the ball game had 21 carries when it was all said and done with 204 yards, and McAlvain threw for 168 and scampered for 53 on the ground. That's a look at last week's action for the Maroon and Gold. We'll talk some more Northern sports and chat with a couple of grads from White Bear Lake, Minnesota on that football team next here on Tracking the Wolves.
Being part of a great team means you know your role and you work your role to the best of your ability. If you're consistently going to show up and be your best, you're going to be part of that team. You can see the success they have over time. It's not just 1 year flash in the pan. It's consistent success over time, which makes them great. And that's where the work ethic comes in. The ability to come into work, do the same thing repeatedly day after day after day, and putting your best foot forward is going to separate you from the rest.
Choose the experts. Choose Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Welcome back to Track the Wolves here. Ben Root with you as we get ready for Senior Day here this week for your Wolves football team. Contest coming up this week here against Crookston, looking to keep that perfect home record intact with that final home game of the season. And chatting with a couple of those guys off the squad, one on offense, one for D, and senior quarterback out of NorCal joining us here, Christian McAlvain, along with local kid as well out of Frederick, Brian Sumption on the defensive side. Thanks for joining us on the show.
No problem.
Now, Christian, we had you on Tracking the Wolves, or rather on Sports Hub earlier this season. Talked to you quite a bit, found out a little bit about you. For those who missed that, you came in from NorCal, obviously a JUCO transfer. This is your senior season already, so it's kind of gone by quickly. But still, looking back at your time here, what's been kind of your main thing you had to adjust to moving here?
Oh, I think like we talked about on the radio, it's definitely the cold weather. It's one of those things where I'm from Northern California. It's 65 and sunny every day, and so you don't have to worry about the wind and the cold temperatures. But after being here for a year and a half, almost 2 years now, I'm pretty adjusted, so it's not too bad. I'm getting used to it more and more every day. I think that especially the guys from South Dakota are used to it. I think it was one of those big things that when I first came here, I was dressed in I think 3 sweatshirts and a couple pairs of pants and some socks, and guys like Brian looked at me like, okay, who's the crazy guy that's all dressed up? And I'm like, yeah, I'm the guy from California.
Exactly.
So yeah, but other than that, it's been a pleasure to be here at Northern State, and I've loved every second of it.
Now, Brian, like you said, you're used to it. It's nothing new for you weather-wise. What's been the main kind of adjustment, I guess, here over the past few years, moving from the high school scene to the college realm?
I'd have to say going from 9-man to 11-man was a big adjustment, and then just the speed of everyone, the skill level, size, everything like that. It's been an adjustment, but it's been pretty smooth, I'd say.
No, you guys are both, senior and you're a junior, right, Brian? Okay. So senior game already for you here. Seems like you just got here, like you said. You've been able to have your brother here with you too, with Colin and everything. So has that made the transition a little bit easier for you?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think having your little brother here is always something that'll make you feel more comfortable. But Northern State's one of those unique places. We have 7 sets of brothers, so you're kind of used to feeling like a family here, especially on the football team. So, but having Colin here to kind of go through everything with me and make the adjustment from moving from California to South Dakota, really helped me out, especially coming into my senior year. He gets to watch me play my last years of college football, and that's really exciting for both of us. Very special for me. So.
Well, Brian, on your side, no brothers here for you, but the brothers of the team, I guess the figurative ones. Yeah. Did you play against many of these guys? Because, there's some South Dakotans on the squad, obviously. Did you have some trash talk and then grow to bond with some of the guys here locally?
Yeah, there's a lot of local guys, which is really nice. I did play a few of them in high school, a few of them that have left already that I did play in high school, but it is a brotherhood. We're very close as a team, and I enjoy it. Very close.
Now, you guys, I'm sure, had to, room with guys and what have you, too. Who have you grown, I guess, closest to, and what's something we might not know about them?
Someone I've grown close to, I'd say Eric Peterson out of Fargo, North Dakota. We were roommates for a lot of the year when we go to away games, and I can't think of something that we don't know about him, honestly. He's a pretty open guy. He's fun to hang out with, fun to be around, just like a lot of the guys. So.
And almost got his first touchdown this week. It was that close, but oh well. As for you, Colin, who's kind of been your counterpart here, if you will, the last year and a half?
Oh, geez. There's plenty of guys to name off, but I think the ones that just come off the top of my head would probably be Connor Doherty, Taylor Houchin, and Zach Barber, three of my better friends that I've got to know, and it's been kind of nice, especially for me, because all 3 of them are from South Dakota, so they've kind of been able to show me around and show me the different parts of the state and what are where each person comes from, because Zach's from Del Rapids, Connor's from Brookings, and Taylor's from Rapid City. So that's one of the things that I think I've been most thankful for coming from my junior college, is that I've made some really, really good lasting friends that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life.
Now, looking at this week, it's senior game, but before that, Halloween here. What's the best costume that you've seen somebody or know about somebody actually pulling off here this year?
I saw a group of people that were, I think, those big blow-up T-Rexes. There was like 5 or 6 of them running around together. That was pretty funny to see. I'd say that was my favorite.
All right, how about you, Christian?
Oh, I think last year was pretty funny. A couple of our teammates were Jehovah's Witnesses, and they dressed up in white T-shirts, black ties, and that was really funny. I don't know if that was appropriate, but it was a good time. They're 2 of the funnier guys on our team. So.
Well, so some good costumes, it sounds like here. And in that kind of same vein here, people always ask, hey, if you could be somebody for a day, who would it be? If you could be somebody, but it has to be somebody on the team, who would it be off the squad, and why would you pick them?
I like to say somebody off the team first. Coach Sundance Wicks. He was actually who I was for Halloween. I was Coach Sundance. But somebody on the team that I'd like to be for a day. I think Alex Gray, just because I don't know, he's a good guy. And I like being around Gray. He's fun to hang out with, and that's about it.
All right. How about you, Christian?
Oh, geez. Probably off the field. I'd probably like to be Tom Brady for a day. I feel like his life's pretty cool, so might as well do that and stick with the quarterback thing. And if I could be somebody else on our team, I'd probably be Tyler Offedall, because he's by far the funniest guy I think I've ever met in my life. If you ever get a chance to be around him and Steven Erlinson in the same room, you're bound to have a very good time. So I think it would be good to be one of those guys.
Well, got to have the touchdown here this weekend, which was good to see for Ofty too. So that was nice to see. As we wrap things up this week, it's your senior game. Getting emotional yet for the game yet, Christian? Or?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that it really hasn't hit me yet. That it's going to be my last game at Swisher Field, and possibly my last home game ever. So I think as the week goes by, it'll get more and more meaningful. It'll be more and more emotional, especially with the group of guys that we have on our team. I mean, we have 24 seniors who are have shown me what it is to be a really good teammate, and also have helped me growing up as a guy. So when we get out there on Saturday, it'll be an emotional deal, and we're going to do our best, and hopefully we can get a W and stay undefeated on Swish.
We'll see how it goes this weekend. And Brian, still another year for you, but Crookston's always a team. It seems like to me, when you guys play them, things get a little chatty, to put it kindly. Is it still a game you look forward to, though?
Yeah, it is a game I look forward to. I mean, we need to put the seniors out the right way. They need to leave with a win at the Swish, and I think that's really important. It's important that all the younger guys, the juniors, and all the way down, we do our part to put them out the right way.
We'll see how it goes this weekend against the Golden Eagles, and good luck this weekend, guys.
Thank you.
That's Brian Sumption along with Christian McAlvain joining us on Track of the Wolves. We'll check the upcoming schedule in just a moment.
NCAA championships are something special.
Filled with memories we will carry with us for the rest of our lives.
We ask that you cheer hard for your institutions.
Acting responsibly and courteously towards those around you.
In the spirit of sportsmanship, enjoy the game, and let's provide our student athletes, coaches, officials, and fellow fans the respect they deserve.
Welcome back to Tracking the Wolves. Let's look at the upcoming sports schedule for NSU this week. Coming up this Friday, Wolves will do battle in 4 different sports on one day. NSU soccer squad is going to be visiting Bemidji as they look to snap their 5-match losing streak. Also Friday, the volleyball team visits Minnesota Crookston. The swimmers will host Augustana and UMary in a triangular that's going to be taking place at the Y here in town. And the cross-country teams will take part in the Bob Waxlikes Invite that's going on in St. Cloud to finish the cross-country team's regular season. Saturday's schedule has the football squad traveling to Bemidji for a 1 o'clock kickoff. We'll have that at ESPN 1420 1071 and ESPNaberdeen.com. And the volleyball squad this Saturday plays Bemidji as well, but that'll be right here in the Hub City. Finally, your Wolves soccer team gets to bring in Minnesota Crookston for a contest at Jurdy Field Sunday afternoon as well. That's going to do it for this week's edition of Tracking the Wolves. To keep up to date on all of the latest sports notes on NSU's side of things, well, join me right here again next week. And until then, as always, go Wolves.